Salford.
Leeds and Headingley continue their rich association with the Challenge Cup, staging the 29th pre-Wembley semi-final. And I doubt whether anyone can recall a match, but even the bookmakers can't decide who will be the eventual winner. Both sides have fought well this winter, fired the enthusiasm of their supporters, and many Sheffield fans had breakfast at the Willows home ground before setting off in a convoy of coaches. And another exciting encounter in prospect at Huddersfield tomorrow. If you can't be there, join us on Grandstand as London look for the first ever visit to Wembley, and they aim to stop Wigan making, would you believe it, a 22nd trip. Sheffield therefore move into unknown territory with today's match, the first semi-final in the club's short history. Salford, however, are no strangers to the semi-final stage, but they did lose out to St Helens and conceded over 50 points last season. Just one previous Challenge Cup meeting between the sides, but a warning to the Reds from Eagles' Mark Aston. He grabbed 12 points in that defeat. It's unusual to see two British coaches in charge of semi-final teams these days, but we do have two today in John Keir and Andy Gregory. And a little earlier, Richard Duckingfield asked John Keir about the Eagles' Challenge Cup preparations.
We started back in the end of October, beginning of November, working hard. And I sat down with all the players individually. We spoke about our strengths, our weaknesses, and we set goals for the coming season. And one of the goals was to reach Wembley. So we've worked hard all in the off-season with this run goal intent.
I admire John Keir as a friend and as a coach. But it's on the day in the semi-finals. I know, like I said, we've got a fit squad. Everybody wants to go and play in this 80 minutes, and they want to take Salford Reds all the way through to Wembley. And it's not up to me now, no matter what I say. If they're not ready for it, no matter what I say, won't improve.
I think we'll have that great desire to win. Believe you me, you just watch it, it's in their eyes.
A very confident John Keir there, and a very experienced Andy Gregory, 7 times the winner at Wembley. Sheffield just one change from the team that beat Castleford. High-scoring wing Matt Crowther moving to the centre, and Bright Sodji taking his place on the wing. Sheffield, well, they have their work cut out against this Salford side. They retain the same team that accounted for Hull in the last round, with Josh White and Martin Crompton looking to continue that match-winning partnership. The fans in good heart. One or two of them heavily painted to support, especially the Eagles. No Eagles player has appeared in the Challenge Cup final at Wembley, but a lot of Test international experience. The biggest game in Sheffield Eagles history. They've had a Premiership final in the 2nd Division, but never a game as big as this. A nervous occasion for the Eagles. And Salford, led out by Andy Platt. Again, a most experienced player. 7 Challenge Cup final appearances, 6 winners' medals, and a wealth of experience in the back room. 13 medals between the coaching and backroom staff, so they really do know the preparation for a Challenge Cup semi-final. Both captains leading from the front. Paul Broadbent, the current Great Britain front rower, looking for the first Challenge Cup medal. And Salford's Andy Platt, the former Great Britain prop. 6 Wembley winners' medals already in his collection. His 16th and last season before retirement. And another man looking for a good performance to clinch a hat-trick of cup final appearances is witness whistler Stuart Cummings, just 37 years of age. Very warm weather here at Headingley, pitch in its usual immaculate condition. One or two older players in that Salford pack, Jonathan. One just wonders, will the heat and a semi-final tell?
Well, I think, you know, the adrenaline will keep on going for the first 40, but there's a lot of experience in the Salford Park. You know, there's Platty's been to Wembley, David Hume and Martin Crompton, so the experience is there.
No real advantage on the toss-up, not a breath of wind here at Headingley. Stuart Cummings just asking Andy Platt which way he wants to play. They're going to stay as they are. The maskets there, and here we see Andy Platt keyed up, ready for the first of this weekend's Silk Cup Challenge Cup semi-final battle. The two outsiders admittedly to lift the trophy, but both capable of springing a surprise. Sheffield v Salford. One of the oldest sides in rugby league history, Salford, and one of the youngest, just 14 years of age, the Sheffield Eagles. And Andy Gregory, a man of immense experience at Wembley, twice a Lance Todd Trophy winner. Referee Mr. Cumming just waiting for the dancing girls and the entertainers to leave the pitch, and the stage set for what should be a thrilling encounter. And John, as I said earlier, even the bookmakers are not sure who will win this game.
Yeah, it's a close call, and you know, as John Keir said, whoever wants it most.
Salford with just one Challenge Cup win to their credit, way back in 1938 in the days of Gus Richmond, and 29 years since the last appearance at Wembley. David Hume takes them all forward. Platt. Eccles, one of the workhorses in this Salford pack. Salford not in red, their away strip, a blue strip today. Back to Sabatabur. Viewers may remember his man-of-the-match performance against Castleford at Weldon Road in the last round. But that's good cover, John.
Yeah, it's a great start by Salford, you know, a big set of six and a great kick, and the chase was superb.
Good tackling. And it's the Eagles penned down here close to the line. Sabatabur and Sodji brought in to help. Paul Broadbent charging in, tackled by his opposite number, Andy Platt. We'll have an interesting confrontation between those two props today. Aston. A rather hurried kick, but all credit to the Salford defence. They moved up very, very quickly, cut his options down, John.
Yeah, again, they didn't make good yardage there, you know, just lucky the Paul Broadbent come in the last second, take a good drive in. But again, one kicker, they're going to put pressure on Aston, and hopefully, you know, they want to put pressure and to put the ball out as he just done.
Very little in size between the two packs. I think fitness will tell today. Very, very warm here at Headingley. Ethan McAvoy, the younger centre for Salford, just testing out that defence. As his cousins there. Josh White to Crompton. Crompton, nice little dummy, gets it to Bradbury. One of the advantages of having White and Crompton in the same side. White can do the ball playing close in. Crompton out wide. There he is again. To Naylor. Sheffield under attack in these early stages. Blakely, prolific point scorer for Salford, but on the fifth tackle. White, he's got Crompton out here. Nice little cover kick for Crompton. A little too hard. Sodji had it covered. Phil Cuz was there, just couldn't get onto that kick.
Yeah, nice little kick here. Where Sodji sees if it's going out. He's got to give him a helping hand. It'll be very difficult for Sheffield to close these ball players down. You've got Crompton, Josh White and Blakey, three tremendous footballers.
And a tremendous footballer in his time, and even today, after many, many years in the game there, David Hume. Cousins, former Salford Academy player, came through the Willows ranks. White, again to Platt. 34 years of age, Andy Platt in his last season. Naylor, looking for support. White again in midfield with Blakely. Nice dummy from Blakely. Good ball though to Hume. Just can't get away. Good tackle. Good tackle there by Dale Lawton. But Salford running it on this fifth tackle. Crompton again with a little kick. Well, obviously, I think Salford have worked on this manoeuvre. The Sheffield Eagles defence coming up very, very quickly, John.
Yeah, but you know, they've got angles of running is superb at the moment. You know, they've got decoy runners coming everywhere, and the Sheffield defence is standing up at the moment.
And good coordination there between the touch judge and the referee, spotting that the ball had come off the Salford player. So the tap on that 20-metre line.
Sheffield need just to settle it down. Now get a good set of 6 and get Aston a good kick.
Lawton now injecting a sudden burst of speed into the proceedings. Turner, good pass. Sheffield wanting a quick play the ball back to Doyle. Doyle, the hard-working Queenslander, loose forward. Aston again. Both sides employing the grubber kick. John, you yourself employed the grubber kick. It's a nice tactic for breaking defences up, isn't it?
Yeah, well, there's nothing on, you know. It just turns them really. I think now with the new laws, I think you have to like try and keep the ball inside.
In other words, keep the ball in play because the opposition have the head and ball at the scrum.
Yeah, and the scrum's really uncontested, so you know it's an easy start and they can reorganise themselves.
Rogers, 4 tries in the cup campaign already for Salford. Platt again on the charge. Notice 2 tacklers there trying to roll Platt on the back just to gain a vital second while the Sheffield team get back in defence. And Platt already with a cut to the head. I think it could be a trip to the blood bin shortly. Josh White testing Sabatabu, but he caught that well, did the Fijian. Pinkney, no way through. Right, Sodjic, former Blackheath rugby union player in his early days. Paul Carr, solid rugby league player from Australia. Broadbent. Shaw. Good play again by Aston. Nice switching move with Doyle. Dave Watson, first real touch of the ball, and Sheffield still trying to handle that ball. Still moving. It's Turner. Can he get that ball away? It's a goal. Oh, he slipped. And he's gone over. Betu Taiwa in there at the corner, but it all came from that break in midfield and Sheffield's ability to keep that ball moving. The man from Jackson Bay, South Island, the former Auckland Warrior lad in the centre. Betu Taiwa puts Sheffield in the lead, 4-0.
A great try, but it all comes from Darren Turner. He burst a couple of tackles, and it's off support play then. Sabatabua's there. That's great play. That's a superb try. Just gets his feet. Broadbent just last-ditch tackle, but sneaks over. Here's a runner, mate. He comes on Aston. They do 2 crossovers here. He slips the ball out of the tackle, Watson. Now Darren Turner, he slips out of this tackle, he's gone.
There's a determination there to keep the ball moving, John, wasn't there?
Yeah, the support play was superb. Sabatabua.
Aston with the attempted conversion. It hits the upright. No goal. He'll not be too happy with that, will Mark Aston. But he'll be happy with that scoreline.
Again, this is the run. No, he gets up, steps out of 2 tackles, and the support play is superb. David Watson, Sabatabua, better there. Doyle could have scored as well. That's a superbly worked try.
Good to see Coach John Keir having faith in Darren Turner, even though John Lawless is fit and on the bench, John.
Yeah, he had a big game up in Castleford, and I think, you know, he's very strong, as he showed there, his ability to offload in the tackle.
Sheffield then in the lead. after defending for so long in those opening minutes. But Platt now, as we said, leading from the front, a man of great experience. And Richard Duckingfield down there, any news in these early stages, Dick?
Well, you mentioned the warmth, Ray. It's 64, 65 degrees here, and one or two of the Salford players, of course, are rather well stricken in years, and so is one of the substitutes. Paul Forber is on the back row of the bench down here. I spoke to Paul Forber before the game, asked him if it was a bit warm for him. He said, at my pace, it's never too warm.
Well, it is warm, but I think one of the advantages of having one or two older players in, John, with the substitution rule now, whereby you can make 6 substitutions, you can't spell them for 20 minutes.
Yeah, but as full-time pros now, the fitness work that they do, you know, it doesn't matter how old you are, you know, these boys have got huge fitness standards now, and they should last the game.
Salford then in possession with Blakely, looking to send Scott Naylor through the centre. David Hume, one of the 34-year-old forwards. White and Crompton, the midfield duo, launching it out wide again. Rogers, but that's good cover tackling there. Platt. Just a couple of tackles remaining in this sequence. Blakely, no way through, well covered there in midfield. Sheffield packing the play the ball area. Josh White now then, the sun is in his eyes. Oh, he's now there! Rogers! We mentioned that sun! Rogers nipped up on the side. He got underneath Josh White's kick. And it's all square. Tremendous effort, a well-placed kick there by Salford. The sun is high. It really was difficult to see that ball coming out of the sun. Salford saw it, John.
That's a great kick there, Josh White on the last tackle, and there's a huge height advantage of Darren Rogers, and he's running. It's a great leap. Just steals the ball off Pinckney and just gets it down.
And doesn't he do well just to keep in that in-goal area?
Yeah, Rogers a huge advantage here. He's running, whereas, you know, the Sheffield guys just stood there. Pinckney just stood there. He's got no chance really, height advantage. Well-placed kick.
Difficult kick. Out wide there for Steve Blakely.
I think with Andy Platt winning the toss, that was the only concern he had, was the sun in the full backside. So, you know, it was the right decision to play here with the sun with his back.
Scored in the last 24 matches for Salford, but not at the moment. So Salford make an instant reply, and a clever reply too. Obviously, I think Andy Greggy had spotted where the sun was.
Yeah, Pinckney's there. He can't do more than that. You know, Rogers got the height advantage, and he's jumping into the ball.
One or two of the Pacific Island substitutes there. Pamalo and Savilio just taking a little stroll. Obviously looking for a ball. We have one. If you're going to reply, you reply quickly like Salford have done, John, don't you?
Yeah, Salford, you know, been dominating the match, and Sheffield just show what they can do.
Good strong run there by Watson. Broadbent timing his run nicely. Just notice how these prop forwards almost try to take the pass on the level. Gives them that extra yard momentum. Darren Shaw. But good tackling there by Bradbury. Lawton. Engulfed there by the the Salford defence. Sheffield having great difficulty getting over this halfway line. Paul Carr. A try scorer against Castleford, number 11 there, Paul Carr. Good movement again by Turner. Gets Sodgy away. Loses the ball. Well picked up by Cliff Eccles. Good covering by the prop forward, number 10 there for Salford.
Yeah, good hit there by Phil Cousins.
Hume. Andy Platt again. Well, we've commented on these players' ages, but it's not making much difference at this stage, is it?
No, like I said, the fitness levels are superb now, and they work every day at it. No, they should last the 80 minutes.
Scott Naylor there, trying to force his way through again. Powerful wingman. Crompton, prodding, probing, looking for the opening. Nearly finds it. Oh, it's a forward pass. But that's Martin Crompton's style of play. Former Oldham player looking to offload that ball. He does, but just didn't have the timing. On Wembley appearance with Warrington back in 1990. And the man of the match in the previous round against Hull. Martin Crompton. Number 7 on his back. Great experience as a scrum half, but in the loose forward position, as we can see there in that scrum. Hey, Watson. Nice doing to Matt Crowder. Crowder in the centre for the suspended Keith Senior. And a penalty. A silly penalty, this one, John.
Yeah, good move there from a scrum again. A desperate tackle by Crompton. Just catches his legs.
Well, I think he more than just catches his legs. It was deliberate, wasn't it? Broadbent. Dale Lawton. Rod Doyle looking for the switch again inside. Time and time again, Sheffield Eagles looking at these angles of running, trying to bring a man coming in the opposite direction of Salford's sliding defence. Shaw taking the direct route, the simple route. Now then, what type of kick will Sheffield employ? The little grubber, but too hard from Aston.
Yeah, Mark Aston will be disappointed with this kick. He's got plenty of time. He's looking for the post, and Dave Watson on the inside there, but the kick is too strong.
Salford, I'm sure, will want to just hold this ball for 2 or 3 of these tackles just to settle themselves. And a penalty there against Sheffield, John, for rolling the player over, rolling the tackle player over, again to allow their defence to get back. It's not on, is it?
Well, that's, everybody tries to do it. They try and slow the play the ball down so you can organise your defence, and it's up to the referee then to referee those areas.
Some of these coaches these days, have a stopwatch and they try to keep the player down for 4 seconds.
Well, it is a huge advantage. The slower he gets up to play the ball, the more time you have to organise your defence. And like I said, it's just up to the referee to see if that is a flashpoint then.
Salford opening it out. Naylor, Broadbent. He's got Cousins outside him. Darren Turner receiving, and it looks sore, treatment on that ankle. Johnny Lawless on, and there's another kick again, a difficult one, but Nick Pinkney just allows it to bounce this time.
Yeah, again the same ploy here. Josh White looking for Rodgers, but the kick is just a little bit too strong.
Well, we said there was no wind advantage, John, but there is in that corner with the sun to Salford, isn't it?
Yeah, the sun, that is an advantage, and Andy Platt noticed that when he won the toss, and I can see a lot more kicks going up there in the first half.
Johnny Lawless there at backing half back, another hooker in the Darren Turner mould. Likes to run.
turns out that for Sheffield Eagles it was a gamble playing Downturner. He went into the match with his ankle heavily strapped up. It's a gamble that hasn't paid off. He's obviously in some considerable pain, and Downturner's ankle has given way.
Yes, it looks as if we may not be seeing him again this afternoon. And Sheffield playing down now to this bottom corner here underneath the television gantry. David Bradbury, number 13 on his back, normally a loose forward, signed from Oldham this year in the second row. And just look at that statistic though, the pressure that Salford have exerted, yet still 4 apiece, John.
Yeah, defences have been very good at the moment, and you know, they're trying a lot of scissors moves in the centres there, the Salford, but the Sheffield defence is just keeping them at bay at the moment.
But another hour remaining. Bill Cousins. It's a big three-quarter line, is this Salford back division.
Yeah, a huge centre pairing, you know, with Naylor and McAvoy, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to crush these boys down the centre.
But good defence by Sheffield. The Sheffield pack very quick about the field, moving behind the first line of defence. Carr, Shaw, and Doyle. That's doing all the hard work in these opening stages. White again to that corner.
Yeah, Joshua will be bitterly disappointed. That's the second kick now. He's hit too strong, and like I said, just give Sheffield that time to go back and reorganise and organise the order of drives.
Well, we can see Andy Plattner. He's really been in this game. 10 tackles made and 8 attacking runs there, normally from the first receiver. Banging into the hard men of Sheffield. It takes a lot out of a player.
Yeah, great admiration for these forwards who play rugby league. It's a thankless job. They just take the drives in and you know, just try and you know, tire the opposition out.
And Paul Broadbent, we said it would be an interesting battle, and they're almost running parallel. 6 driving runs and 12 tackles made. And there's another man, Cliff Eccles, doing exactly the same job. No wonder they wear shoulder pads. White to Crompton. Salford looking very dangerous down that left wing. Now then, here's a promising attack with Broadbent. Got Bradbury with him, but again a good tackle there by Rod Doyle. Nice, neatly wrapped up around the ankles. Blakely trusting to his pace. Bradbury trusting to his size, but Sodjic taking the ball. Well, that wasn't a ball steal. He flicked the ball behind him, and Sodjic gratefully accepted it. Savatabour.
Yeah, I think Salford, you know, but disappointed they're not making any headway into the Sheffield defence. And what they're doing at the moment, they're doing the crossovers a bit too far away from the defensive line. They've got to take it up closer and make people think then.
And you know, John Keir, the Sheffield Eagles coach, he invariably plays Shaw and Doyle in the opening 20-30 minutes to absorb the pressure, and then he brings Jackson and Wood on for the attacking runs.
Yeah, that's right. Wood's a tremendous footballer, and Jackson adds a pace to the Sheffield lineup.
Mark Aston with a testing kick this time, splits Cousins and Broadbent. And just look now, 5 Sheffield Eagles defenders up there to chase the kick. A kick only as good as the chasers. Broadbent. Since Salford last appeared at Wembley, in the days of David Watkins and Coolman and Burgess, looking for a return. And making good ground with these forwards and from this acting half-back position. Blakely to Crompton, back inside to Josh White. Oh, White's going on his own. He's going for the ball. And Josh White has got there. Tremendous combination between the two midfield maestros there. Josh White, the Aussie, snapped up from the London Broncos this winter, picks up the 4 points. His 6th try in the cup, and possibly none more vital.
Again, Crompton, his ability, you know, as a scrum half before this, he's a superb footballer. Josh White just stands up at the ball up and takes him on the outside. It's a great try.
And I didn't think Josh White had the pace to get there, John.
Well, he certainly did. You watch him here, he just makes the break. McAvoy's on his left-hand shoulder. You know, he had an option there to use him, but used him as a decoy. Just turns Savadabua inside out and just pins his ears back and goes for the corner. Savadabua tries to knock the ball out, but that's a great try.
He has the strength and determination, doesn't he? And back to Steve Blakely's second shot. 500 goals there in 142 club appearances since signing from Wigan. Got a sniff at £28,000. Be worth much, much more than that now. Blakely then flights that ball towards the uprights, and it's there. Another 2 points for Steve Blakely. He continues his run of scoring in 25 successive games and takes his points up to 211 in that run. Good effort from Blakely, but this is a good effort.
Yeah, Blakely just goes in and flips a pass out, and the defence have been working well, but the inside men haven't worked. Up Josh White. Look at McAvoy there. You can use him, but it's just his pace, you know, and his trickery, and just goes in the corner. It's a great try.
Watson. A lot of work needed now from Sheffield Eagles to get away from this 20-metre area. Trailing by 6 points. The new boys in rugby league and progressing well. Paul Carr, nice pass inside to Crowder. Sheffield very, very keen to keep this ball moving. They play good open rugby. Aston to Lawton. This game isn't over, not by any means. Watson, good ball to Tywin. But this tackling is fierce. The two standoffs, Blakely under Watson putting an enormous amount of tackles in. And, well, John Keir looks deep in thought, but he's certainly put a lot of thought into this game. The Sheffield Eagles coach.
Yeah, big prize at the end of this game, right?
And a nervous Andy Gregory. He likes to patrol the touchlines. He's almost like a little Second World War general there, giving his orders. Well, he doesn't like what advice he's being told there, does he, John?
I think Robert Conley's had a few words with him in the past when he was playing, so he hasn't stopped, it looks like. Yeah,
reserve referee Robert Connolly there having a word with him. I think he was wanting him to keep back off the touchlines. Gary Broadbent, former Widnes player, not afraid to link up. And that ball was ripped out. You can rip the ball out when it's man-to-man, but not when there are two tacklers around the man. So, a penalty to Salford.
Yeah, you see Shaw there, just pulls the ball out. And John Keir won't be happy with that. Again, you know, he should have learned from the Castleford game, giving away silly penalties, and now gives Salford good field position. Which Edwards messes up, really.
And that's unusual for Peter Edwards, because normally he's very, very sure around the play of the ball. But Aston was very, very well in there. Peter Edwards, once a New Zealand Test fullback, would you believe it? Now a hooker. And another Kiwi combination in midfield there for Eagles with Watson and Petutaiwa. Savatabour. Crowder. Not getting the space that he has had on the wings in the earlier rounds for Sheffield.
Yeah, I just think, Ray, that you know, they have the edge in pace behind Sheffield, but you know, the size of the Salford centres, you know, is going to give them a lot of problems. And
a bad mistake there, and Well, one or two of the Salford players concerned there about the Sheffield Eagles player, Aston, diving on the player. Mr. Cummins saying that he didn't put his knees in the back. We'll see, and I don't think he did, John.
Well, no, not intentional. It looks accidental. Peter Edwards isn't very happy, but he's a tough lad, old David Hume, and he'll be up on his feet now.
Well, when a ball is loose like this, John, you've got to go for it, haven't you? And you've got to cover the player, because he could pass that ball off the ground. Yeah,
he just falls in it there, and here he comes. He just comes in, kills the ball. Aston, I don't know, it might have caught it. I think it looks accidental.
Everyone is fit and well again now as Blakely darting through, but he loses the ball. He gets into Sochi. Here's a chance now for Brian Sochi. Can he go the length of the field? Oh, a good tackle there by Broadbent. Superb cover tackle by the youngster.
Again, a penalty for slowing the play of the ball down again, Ray. But just shows, losing the ball. Look, that's a great tackle by Broadbent again. He was a witness when I was there, and he's a tremendous defender, very deceptive.
So, Sheffield now on the attack. Less than 10 minutes remaining in this first half. And some water. Salty after that run. It really is worn down there. It's hard work, especially for these men like Paul Carr there and number 9, Johnny Lawless. Broadbent. De Lawton. Broadbent and Lawton. And Lawless here, causing Salford problems. They were not marked too closely there, had to play the ball. They've squeezed up a little now. Doyle, back inside to Crowder. Crowder, good ball to Broadbent. Oh, he just hesitated a little. Lost ball, but behind him. Now then, here's a chance. Patrick Tyler, he's come back inside. Oh, and it's Sheffield Eagles going for the line. Just held up there. Aston with the dummy. Oh, puts the man to the ball to the wrong player. A misunderstanding there. He dummied. He expected a runner to come close on his shoulder, but it was Andy Platt who was there.
And great scrambling defence there. He tries to get the pass away, but there's 3 Salford players there. Great defence.
And Michael Jackson, a man blessed with speed, on for Darren Shaw. And as we predicted, John Keir now going through his normal tactics. Shaw just having a breather. He's put a lot of tackles in. He's put a lot of drives in. Josh White causing problems there. Well, that wasn't a play of the ball. Now, and which way is he going to give the penalty? He's giving it against Salford for not standing up. But I think Josh White's a little concerned about that. I think he felt that he was interfered with, John.
Yeah, the instant look at you. There's a bit of both, really, and it's up the referee just, he just went with Sheffield there.
Well, the referee's interpretation can make so much difference. Lawless. Aston. The referee, Mr. Cummins, just having a word with the Salford players to put their foot on the ball. You have to touch the ball when it's put to the floor in that ruck movement. Lawless. Doyle. Well held there by White and Crompton. Crowder again. Oh, good pass to Crowder, and Jackson's there! Michael Jackson, the runner, the man with the extra yard of pace, sends the Eagles fans into raptures. He's just appeared on the pitch, and he picks up his first try for the Eagles. Sheffield back in the game.
This is all set up by the forwards, Lawton and Broadbent. There's a guy on the floor there, gets his hands free in a tackle. That's a good pass as well. Just come on. Again, the important thing is the Salford player on the floor there takes advantage of it. Just a little step, hands out. Superb pass.
We mentioned a little earlier, John, that Salford are a little loose around the ruck. When you're on your own line at that ruck, you should be very, very close together, shouldn't you, the defenders? And it's Aston again with the kick. No problem. No hesitation from Mark Aston. 6 points then for Sheffield. We said this would be a close encounter, and it is. 10 apiece.
Yeah, same thing. There he goes. Steps out of the tag and gets the ball into Jackson's hands. As we were saying, you know, if you're trying to get up and play the ball as quickly as possible, it's important as a defender to get up as quickly as possible as well. You just showed there the danger that you know, that occurs when you're on the floor as a defender.
Aston then to restart with a long one, well picked up by Josh White. Oh, solid tackle by Michael Jackson. Rocks David Bradbury there. He lost the ball. He knows it's a big mistake. Good play by David Hume in the background there, just patting Bradbury on the back, saying, don't mind, don't bother, son.
Yeah, one-on-one there, Ray, you know, and he just drops the ball. It's a good hit from Michael Jackson. But Andy Gregory won't be very happy with this ball.
So, in the final 5 minutes of this first half, Sheffield with a sequence of 6 tackles to try to get in the lead. Good driving there by Paul Carr. A strong man. Watson. He's got Sabatabour. Just held by the leg. Desperate defence, scrambling defence here by Salford. Dale Lawton. Referee judging that the ball went behind him. 3 more tackles in this sequence. Aston to Watson. Crowder again. Crowder like a loose cannon appearing in midfielder. This is good play. Oh, it's that man Jackson again with that speed. Watson, he's looked for support. He's got Sabatabour. Sabatabour driving for that line, but he's held back. Still, Sheffield throw men at the Salford defence. Watson to Doyle. Tywer. Strong tackle by Nathan McAvoy, but still the ball comes out to Nick Pinkney and Sheffield Eagles. On the last tackle. Well picked up. Well read there by Nathan McAvoy. And the pressure off Salford. Flopping. Matt Crowder being judged to have flopped on the tackle player.
Superb defence there by Salford, and a lot of pressure. You know, the communication is good, and you know, they just snuffled the danger on the right.
So we see Crowder going in, no need for it. Paul Carr had tackled the man. So relief for Salford, and I think both sides will be happy to see this half-time hooter, or hear the half-time hooter, I should say. Peter Edwards. Josh White. Blakely. Good long pass out there to McAvoy, but he's well held. And another man of pace, Assini Faimalo, coming on for Salford in the place of David Bradbury.
Both coaches won't be happy, Ray. You know, they're slipping impossible passes out and just turning over possession.
The feeling on the Sheffield Eagles bench is that they're now not being forced to play the game so much in their own half, and that they can play a more expansive game now they get possession. They're opening the ball up more. The assistant coach, Steve Deacon, interestingly says he reckons there are 6 points in the wind. And now the wind isn't very strong, but it is in favour of Salford at the moment.
Johnny Lawless spotting the Salford defence up very, very quickly, puts the kick in, and we can see now that Sheffield have really come back into this game, haven't they? It's very much level now, John.
Yeah, I think you know, Broadbent, Dale Lawton, you know, they've committed the game and they've just taken these drives out and they've just settled it down a bit. And but again, Mark Aston has been put under pressure with the Salford chasers, and they have to have an option as a kicker.
A record £100,000 eventually at stake for the Challenge Cup winners. The losers here today will have to be content with 20,000. Peter Edwards. And here is Assini Faimalo. Both coaches throwing their fast runners off the bench into the fray. Flat. Nicely snipped to Cliff Eccles. White. Salford continuing to attack down that left wing. Crompton. Oh, that looks suspiciously forward. Not so, says referee Cummings. Back to Blakely. Not the best of kicks from Steve Blakely. I think he was in two minds what to do there, John, wasn't he?
Yeah, a bit too much time in his hands there. Again, he should have maybe just put it up and under it.
Moving into half-time. Sheffield coach John Keir will be content just to see the Eagles hold this ball and play out these vital tackles. Sodji proved a tricky runner. Aston back to Sodji. Johnny Lawless. Good strong bullocking run there by the hooker, but an equally good tackle there by Naylor. And Mark Aston says we've had enough in this half, let's get down to that Salford line, and why not?
Again, Ray, good chase there. You know, at the end of 40 minutes, that's the half-time hooter. A superb chase.
Well, it is the half-time hooter. Superb chase or not. There's everything to play for here. We said the bookmakers didn't know who would win. And at 10 apiece, neither do I.
Yes, we thought it would be close, and it duly is. We'll be straight back with live coverage of the second half. I'm back from the Thames towpath, having enjoyed just a few minutes of the Cambridge boat race celebrations. But during half-time at the Rugby League, we'll have the ladies' football for you, but also our final race of the afternoon from Newbury. Big race, big field. We'll go back to Richard Pittman at Newbury, where I believe